All right, yesterday was agog in the state capital here in Akwa Ibom as we celebrated a very, very, very important man in the life of this state and its people. Obong Victor Attah, celebrating an icon at 85. Now, as family members, friends, professional colleagues, and political associates from across the country join in celebrating the 85th birthday of the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, distinguished elites and socialites warmly congratulate a man they refer to as a consummate politician, an indefatigable and outstanding Nigerian. Obong Victor Attah on his 85th birthday. Now, our own very chairman and chief executive of the pioneer and largest private media group here in the Akwa Cross region, TAF Media Group, Mr. Tony Afia, has sent his warmest congratulations and well wishes in a statement released recently. Mr. Tony Afia drew the public's attention to Obong Victor Attah's many years of relentless service to God and humanity, and the visible impact of his distinctive and visionary leadership style, as well as fatherly posture over the decades, referring to the revered octogenarian as a living legend, an icon, and a leader, a gentleman, an elder statesman. The media mogul says, and I quote, "Your Excellency, on behalf of my family, close friends, and associates, I join millions of Akwa Ibom indigents at home and in diaspora to rejoice and felicitate with you on this auspicious occasion of your 85th birthday celebration. Undoubtedly, the story of your life, which can be seen in your unparalleled patriotism, passion, doggedness, courage, clear vision, and resilience, remains indelible in the history of our state and the entire south of Nigeria, as well as our dear nation, Nigeria. As governor, you demonstrated unprecedented altruism in laying a solid foundation for the greatness of the state, a development that has transformed Akwa Ibom to become Nigeria's best kept secret." The celebrated media mogul prayed to the Almighty God to grant him longer life, more prosperity, sound health, and more wisdom for him to continue serving the country and humanity in general. Now, born to the renowned Obong Attah family in Akwa Ibom, Obong Victor Attah diligently pursued his goals, becoming one of the most experienced and successful architects in Nigeria, with background experience spanning different continents of the world. A professional in politics, Obong Victor Attah worked hard and meritoriously as the governor of Akwa Ibom State 1999 to 2007, imaginative and bold. His vision and tenacity in engineering and executing laudable programs has become a reference point for a generation of Akwa Ibom citizens. Not many Nigerians of his generation has had visible and undeniable impact on their community like Obong Victor Attah. Very cerebral, yet distinctively humble in his dispositions. His mentorship in political leadership, intellectual property, and architecture covers a large number of Nigerians. Indeed, with our chairman, we celebrate a very, very great man. We have a small video clip that we want to quickly show you in honor of his 85th anniversary as an octogenarian.
Let me use something that may sound like a cliche, but it's not. I always told people that I'm not a professional politician, but a professional in politics. And I trained as an architect and town planner. I practiced that for several years before the need came for me to go and truly serve my people, and I mean that in every real sense. Because I was 60 when I declared that I want to run. Many governors today finish governorship, 10 years later they are still aspiring to be 60. And I'm glad, because a lot of the things that I did are still very relevant today. And so I coined this phrase that the future belongs to whoever can can see possibilities before they become real. If you can see possibilities in things, and I saw a lot of possibilities, I could see what the Akwa Ibom need at the time. And thank God, at least 90% of the cases, I was right. The direction in which I took Akwa Ibom is the direction they are still following today. In spite of some of the obstacles that I met in the way, and I just decided, if I must give you an example. I decided that the modern world cannot do without electricity. And the things I wanted to bring to Akwa Ibom needed electricity. Because power is centralized. We centralize too many things. And that's where we are backward till today. I will say that over and over again. And that may be why you say I'm still relevant even in national politics, because we have not yet got back to the position. I say get back to, because we were there before. We started on that journey, then we was abruptly stopped and changed. We have not yet got back to the position where federating units can be reasonably, not reasonably, in fact, very independent, able to manage themselves, able to manage their resources, able to manage their own security, able to manage their future with whatever resources they have, and then sustain. There was a lot of interference. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing my president at the time, but I have to tell you what happened. Take those things one by one. The hotel, the president actually wrote me a letter. This wasn't just verbal. He wrote me a letter condemning the fact that I want to use Akwa Ibom state government money to build a hotel. But for me, I saw it as a frame of reference. Maybe what he thought I was going to do was something like the Gateway Hotel in Abeokuta or in Attah. I wasn't. Look at what I did there. It became the one thing that Akwa Ibom was identified with today, because I had that exposure. I was in the West Indies for 2 years doing mostly hospitality projects in hotels and some. Bing Crosby, a similar question. And you know what his answer was? He's just a lucky guy who can carry a tune, and God has been good to him. So I can say God has been good to me. In everything I've done, so I just thank God. And as I say, I'm really grateful that I'm as I am at 85. I thank God for that. Well, I can tell you 2 stories. One is about a man called Professor Jibril Aminu. He once looked at me, people were making this type of comment, said, don't mind Victor, he was born old, he cannot look any older. Way back in the 50s, in the Nigerian College of Arts, Science and Technology in Zaria, and if you could make such a statement, then it must mean that I haven't changed very much. Only about 3 years ago, and at the check-in counter, the lady there looked at my passport, looked at me, and asked, is this your passport? I said, yes. What year were you born? I said, 1938. So what have you been eating? I said, I've been eating flying fish and cuckoo. That's the favorite food of the Barbadians. I said, I've been eating flying fish and cuckoo, and she almost fell off her chair. I don't know, I just eat the normal things, do the normal things that people do, but I always moderate the things I do. And just know that anything in excess can never be good for you. And let me take this opportunity to preach to people otherwise. Exercise is a very good thing. You must exercise. I go to the physiotherapist when I can, and I do my exercises, whatever they prescribe I should do. But above all, I've always loved to swim, and I continue to swim even till today.
All right, that is the living legend giving an account of his ordeals. A gentleman to the core, a technocrat, a professional and styled politician. He's a man that Akwa Ibom really has a lot of respect for. I'm talking about succession plan. Of course, you know that the leader is not complete until he has a solid succession plan. A successor also did creditably well, which shows that it has all the qualities and the hallmark of a great leader. Once again, we say happy birthday to our daddy, Obong Victor Attah.